Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and I'm so overhyped with pent-up nervous energy to bring you my non-spoiler review of Black Adam. Let me tell you what Black Adam isn't. It's not Superman the movie, it's not Batman Begins, it's not The Dark Knight, it is not Singer's X-Men and X-Men 2, it is not Burton's Batman 89, it is not Raimi's Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. That's what it isn't. But let me tell you something else. There is no movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or streaming show that gets in that elite list either. Now, I believe there's a lot of DCEU content that's knocking on that door, but just doesn't get in. And I think that's fair enough. But guess what? The next thing doesn't have to be the bestest thing. Every new release doesn't have to be the bestest or the worstest thing ever, right? It can just be good. And Black Adam is really, really good. And it fits perfectly in the next chapter of the DC Extended Universe saga. What I love about Black Adam, it doesn't stick its nose up in there and go, oh, we're doing something different here. We're nothing to do with those other movies like we got a lot recently, right? Black Adam isn't saying that. Black Adam is proud to be part of the DC Extended Universe family, and it slots in perfectly into this franchise. The Batman franchise can be standalone. The Joker franchise can be standalone. That's fine. But the DC Extended Universe is a connective franchise, and that's what it needs to be. And Black Adam does that perfectly. I've never been the biggest of fans of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson before. I've never disliked the man, but I never took him seriously as an actor. This is definitely his best performance ever. He has taken this film seriously like he told us, and it is a really good emotional performance. You get the character's mentality. This is a man who's been around for 5,000 years, who lost his son because his son sacrificed himself so he could live. And you see that devastation emotionally in Dwayne's performance. It's a very, very good performance, and he's excellent. But all the performances in this film are excellent. We'll get there. When he said the hierarchy of power in the DC Extended Universe was going to change, I thought, I must be honest, I always thought he meant that he could take every DC hero. It doesn't mean that. He means it literally. Because what this film does is say that the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. And this film changes it. It does change, in a way, the direction of the DCEU. And once you see this film, you're going to want to see more Atom Smasher, Dr. Fate, more Black Adam, of course, more ISIS, and some characters that you don't know about. So we know of one post-credit scene that's being rumoured right now. Not going to talk about that, but I'll tell you something. There is a shocking, surprising cameo in this movie, and it's one that kind of was needed as well. Wow! And it even leans brilliantly into the next DC movie as well. So excited for you to see this film. I was very happy with that said cameo. But as I say, non-spoiler review, so let's get into it. So, the JSA. I fucking love the JSA in this film because they're so damn comic book accurate. They really are. They feel like the JSA. They feel like a team. I must give Noah Centineo a shout out as Atom Smasher. He's absolutely brilliant, but they're all good. Pierce Brosnan especially, but you know, Quintessa Swindell as Cyclone, everyone in this film is excellent. They really are. And this isn't like Birds of Prey. It's not like when Margot Robbie's standing there and the rest of the Birds of Prey were standing behind her and they were just an afterthought. How do you call a film Birds of Prey and make them an afterthought? One of the many problems with that film. A lot of people complain about The Rock's ego in wanting a standalone Black Adam movie, and it's about his ego, blah, blah, blah. Well, his ego in this film wasn't that huge because every single supporting character is represented very well. You will see the JSA individually, their emotional point of view and where they come from, right, and where they're going. And that's really, really good, especially with characters like ISIS and Dr. Fate and Hawkman. I must say, Aldis Hodge's Hawkman was absolutely fantastic. I mean, you can tell he's going to be awesome from the trailers. You can tell that, you know, him and Black Adam have a coming together. But I like the fact that they're stark opposites, but they're not necessarily, you know, Black Adam isn't necessarily, you know, evil incarnate. He's bitter, he's twisted, he kills. But what it is with Hawkman in this movie is that he doesn't believe in that course of action. And there's a coming together. There's basically, they are the stark contrast of each other. And I really like that. So I really loved Aldis Hodge as Hawkman. I can't believe we've had a live action Hawkman. ISIS, Dr. Fate in a DCEU movie finally. This is what we want to see. We want to see different characters catalogued. What Black Adam is, it's a film for the many, not the few. For too long in the DCEU now, we've been seeing and making films just for a certain fan base, but the general audience can't come in and enjoy them. Children can't sit there and enjoy Man of Steel, and I'm talking about young children, because Superman breaks Zod's neck, right? Now, with Black Adam, there are violent moments. The difference is that Superman shouldn't be breaking people's necks, and it's okay for Black Adam to kill and be violent because he's an anti-hero. That's what he is in the comics. He's more of a villain in the comics than an anti-hero. But this film, and I don't think it's a spoiler to say it, they make him a bit more heroic, a bit more of an anti-hero, and I think going forward, this is what we're going to get from him. So it's a film. Even though it's a violent film, it is PG-13. I think you can take the kids to see it and you can enjoy it as a family. And I think that's what The Rock wanted as well. But if this is the kind of film we're going to get going forward, then that's great. Now, what we don't know is if people are going to like this film. We're going to have the social embargo being lifted on Wednesday, I think, for Black Adam. So it'll be interesting to see what the media say and critics and all of that. But whatever people say, even if people say this movie is a piece of shit, and I don't know what way we're going to go with this film, I will stand by what I'm saying to you in this non-spoilery review, which is I really like this film. It's not the greatest comic book movie ever made, as I said on the top of the show, but it's really good. It fits perfectly into this stage of the DC Extended Universe. But then again, James Gunn's Suicide Squad was a brilliant movie. It's not the movie's fault. It lost money and it was released during a COVID pandemic. So that was a good movie. But we haven't had many really, really good DCEU movies lately. So it's great back to back that we've had James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, Peacemaker, and now Black Adam. So that's back-to-back quality. Then away from the DCEU, we've had Joker, brilliant. The Batman, brilliant. That's my opinion. So we've had a few good DC movies, and we've had one streaming show which has been excellent, which is Peacemaker. So I personally think that geeks and nerds are going to geek out to this movie, because this is a movie that's not ashamed to be part of the DC Extended Universe. The action is fantastic. The VFX is some of the best VFX you'll ever see in a comic book movie. They really worked hard. And let me tell you something about this director. I love this director. This film isn't a director's vision. It isn't a writer's vision. It's The Rock's vision. And that's very difficult for a director to implement somebody's vision. So it's kind of similar place where Andy Machetes with The Flash. It's not really, that film's not really a director's vision. He didn't write the movie. Christina Hodson did. That's more of a studio movie. So he has to put together the kind of film that they want. But I think it was a shared vision, the Flash movie. And that's going to be exciting because I think you're really going to like that movie as well. I really believe that the DCEU is going from strength to strength and is going to give you content that you enjoy. As a fan, as someone going in to watch it with a family, you don't have to go and sit there on your own. You can enjoy it with your family and your friends, and more people are going to start enjoying the DCEU rather than it being this thing just for some members of the audience and not for others. There's no money in that. It's not very enjoyable to have my beloved DC Extended Universe, you know, shat on by other people, and that's been an issue within the franchise. So I think many, many people will enjoy this movie. This is a popcorn chomping movie, and it works on that level. Some people have asked me, is the short runtime, and of course it's not a short runtime, it's around 2 hours of content. If you take away the credits at the end, it's 2 hours of content. Now, in the old days when I was growing up, most movies were around 2 hours long. A Star Wars A New Hope was around 2 hours long. So it's not a short movie. I'd call a short movie 1 hour, 20 minutes, 90 minutes. This is a good 2 hours. I don't think you can do a very long film about Black Adam. He's a great character, The Rock's great, but if you make it too long, it's over-edging the pudding. So its 2 hour runtime is absolutely perfect for this film. Let's talk a little bit about Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate. I was first introduced to Dr. Fate in the Smallville movie event, Absolute Justice. He's a great character, and Pierce Brosnan does him absolute justice. This is a kind of character who's very balanced, he gives great advice, but he's also going through a lot himself. Now, to explain to you if you don't understand who Dr. Fate is, Dr. Fate wears the helmet of Naboo. It's a very addictive kind of thing to put on. Once you put it on, it's hard to take off. It takes control of you, and it shows you possible futures. So he's a very important character, and I'm not going to say what he sees and what he doesn't, and if what he sees is important to the future of the DCEU. Because there's something else I believe about this film. For years now, The Rock's been saying the hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change. He fucking meant that literally. We all thought he meant it as an ego thing, that he could beat up all the other heroes. That's not what he meant. When you see this film literally changes the hierarchy of power. He keeps on saying the direction of the DC universe is about to change. It's about to fucking change. Going back to Pierce Brosnan's performance as Dr. Fate, it is brilliant. So his actual name is Kent Nelson, and his life and sanity has been destroyed by the helmet of Naboo. So you will get this through Brosnan's performance. Brosnan is a very good actor. We know him. We know that he played James Bond, one of the best James Bonds. But to see a man in this time in his acting career, he feels like Sir Alec Guinness in Star Wars A New Hope. It feels like that kind of casting. Well done to The Rock and his producers and his director for bringing Pierce in. He's perfect for this role. And of course, we want to see a Dr. Fate movie, and I'd like to see the background behind the helmet of Naboo catalogued a lot more as well. But Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate is brilliant. If you're watching this and you're a Dr. Fate fan, you're going to be very happy. This film is very faithful to the comic book, origin material, not just for Black Adam, not just for Dr. Fate, but for all of them. I will give Atom Smasher a big shout out, because is it Noah Centineo, I think is the actor who plays him. Not only do I love the character, I love Noah. I think Noah is such a great lad, such a great performance. Quintessa Swindell as Cyclone, brilliant. But Sarah Shahi, wow, as Isis, basically as Isis, right? We all know that, that's not a spoiler. Wow. The chemistry she has with the rest of the cast is amazing. And of course, this character is so important. Now, you may think I'm against representation and inclusion the way I speak sometimes. I'm not. I'm against it done badly. I'm against it over being used in the marketing instead of talking about the actual movie. If you've noticed, they haven't gone on about it, bored on about it in the marketing. But there's great representation and inclusion, and Sarah Shahi is part of that. Now, Sarah's been a great performer for a great many years, especially in stuff like Person of Interest. She's so good, but she is great representation and inclusion, not only for her background, but as a woman as well. And as I say, Isis is such an important character, and she's a brilliant version of Isis in this movie. The potential for spin-off movies from this movie, it's everywhere. Every time you see a character, you say, fucking hell, make them a movie. The potential is there, but of course, it has to be successful. If you want this to be successful, support it, go and watch it. Most important of all, talk about it on Twitter, hashtag it, basically tag the actors in a positive way, because I think they've all done a terrific job, from Aldous Hodges' Hogman to Noah Centinio's Atom Smasher, and of course the main man, The Rock. I can't say too much about him. I just want to thank him. You have made a really good comic book movie, Dwayne. It's so good. I know that you've been here for 10 years. It's changed its directions. But I sat watching this film and I just had a good time. I wasn't planning on coming out the cinema and saying this is shit, this is bad, this is political, this is the other. It's such a beautiful movie. I would say it's a beautiful movie visually, but also internally and emotionally. So for me, I'm so proud. This is not a reset for the DC Extended Universe, but these are the type of films we want to see. Films for the many and not for the few. This is the direction we have to go to. And also, you know, Walter Hamada's about to leave, but Walter Hamada supported this movie. You know, obviously this is The Rock's vision, but credit to him as well. So maybe Walter Hamada wasn't so bad, but it looks like he's going. But at the end of the day, this is about The Rock. The Rock and $7, the production company that he works with, are just brilliant. And really, this is an independent production, you know, distributed by Warner Brothers. They own the IP, of course, the DC IP, the Black Adam IP. But yes, I am giving Black Adam my seal of approval. I can't wait to go on release to rewatch this movie. The DCEU is back, baby. We will take over the MCU. The MCU is fucked, and we are going from strength to strength under this new leadership of David Zaslav, because he's listening. Please stay to the end of the movie. Watch all the credits. You are going to see some very exciting things in this movie. Connects to the DCEU, but does the things for the movie it should do. Black Adam is an excellent film. I'm really hyped. I could talk about this all day, but then it will take me a lifetime to upload. So, this has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. And I will see you again in the next video. But wow, have we got lots to look forward to in the DC Extended Universe. Very soon, we all get to see Black Adam. I get to see again and again and again. Then we've got Shazam. Then we've got the Flash movie. Oh, wow, you know, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. We've got Blue Beetle, right? We've got Constantine too. We've got the Batman. We've got Joker Folie à Deux. So much to look forward to. What are you all complaining about? So proud to be a DC fan at this moment. And I think I'm going to have that feeling for many years to come. See you again soon.